ether. Oh, I'm barefoot again. Place is a mess, but that doesn't matter too much. Let me fit. Trying a new chair. Let me see this. I don't know how. Hello. Excuse my human face today. I was starting to do some wire wrapping, and let me fix myself. Oh, I got all these necklaces on still. Okay. And, Mr. Self-Destruction. I woke up before 3 p.m. somehow today, and celebrating that by doing an early stream. And, time has just been flying and melting by. And my friend stopped by last night, Amanda. She brought me a ton of plants, so I have like variety again. Devil trumpets, angel trumpets, frangipani, or plumeria, moringa, which is great because my moringa tree is weak, and what else? There's like 8 or 9 plants, and a bunch of beads, and way too stoked, and yeah, all my charms are going quite nice. I got everything in here. Dice, shrooms, skulls, evil eyes, heads and Marys. I'm working on a charm bracelet now because she gave me this perfect little devil charm. And then I had this perfect Cupid charm. So I want to make the dopest charm bracelet possible. Where's the one? I made one. I call it the luckiest charm bracelet ever. Where is it? Uh-oh. Oh no! What was that? Hold on. Where are you? Oh yeah. What dropped though? I need to know. Well, that's like a later problem. So this is the charm bracelet I made with scrap copper wire, so electrical wire. I got some real pieces of coral, some pearls. I'm not the biggest fan of pearls. They look like like ulcers or something, or like something that you pop out of, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I have a bad habit of saying you know what I mean after saying something that doesn't make much sense. But got 42 up in here. Dice, of course. It's really nice, almost cubic pyrite. It's got a nice corner on that. Pyrite's my favorite crystal. It's very like metallic looking, but they grow in cubes. Cubes in nature is one of the most fascinating things I could think of. And it's got a nice little square squangle there. I don't think this is amethyst. I think it might be fluorite, or not fluorite. It's a very royal looking purple. Really, really nice. A heart, of course. A little thunderbolt. And then this is where it gets fun. Quartz. A little shamrock. Carnelian, which is my other favorite. And the 7 colors of the prism. And 7. And then a little evil eye with 2 bells. And a piece of turquoise. The luckiest bracelet I've ever made. And then there's that crazy one, but I keep misplacing it. Oh yeah, there it is. And I'm still adding stuff to it. I finally found lead-free solder, so that's going to be here any day. So I'll be able to get back onto the... Holy fuck, it's hot in here. Okay, so I was able to take a bullet shell and just use this copper tape and essentially taped 2 rings onto it and then soldered. This is what you use for stained glass and stuff like that. And perfectly strong, and then just made like a spring type thing to decorate it. Oh, it's a crazy one, but I really like it. And it's all, I think the point of making this was like making a bracelet all from this copper, which is from an AC unit, I think. Really nice. I keep wanting to cut like here and there and solder it to make like a really, really legit traditional torque, like Celtic torque necklace. There's that one Celtic god that has the like deer horns. What is that? Cernunnos? Let me look him. Cernunnos. And I'm probably mispronouncing that. But he's commonly wearing a torque necklace and holding one in his hands. And let me grab my other stuff. This is like a good example of stuff I work with, little scraps. And then this stuff I'll be soldering together using the copper tape, because like for instance this, just covered in tape, and then you could solder onto there's a little face. What is this one? Let me grab my other. I'm gonna marry them together. It's got a bunch of crystals in here. Yeah, I think so. I have some prehistoric tortoise shell. I really enjoy this dish I found, brass. Can't go wrong with brass. Anything brass I always pick up from yard sales. It's got all the Chinese zodiac symbols around it. Oh my god, I just remembered. I have a really cool bowl. I always think of stuff that... Oh, this perfect noise. Where can that be? I feel like I put it in a super safe spot. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. It's gonna drive me nuts. Let me look in these drawers real quick. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. It's this 60s ceramic dish. It's really nice. Alright, I'm gonna have to make that a later problem. That's a personal problem anyway. One moment. It's gonna drive me up the wall, so I better get busy so I forget about the wall. What I'm making, I kind of regret dumping these in here because I just, ooh, that was glass. Maybe not. I guess I did good. Because all these, I guess, are wrappable in the copper. I'm really stoked to finally have lead-free solder because I can make like house decorations, but I couldn't make anything that was wearable because lead, and it's really, really easy. The soldering stations over here, I guess I could. This one and this one, they're about $40 to $50 each, and worth every penny. You can use it for repairs, crafts, and absolutely everything. And since it's copper, I can solder that onto other stuff. And I just learned, well, I learned it a while ago, but it's always kind of a pain to do. But I did it. I'm trying to make it more perfectly circle in the center, but it's the same, like if you want to weave a bunch of wires together, you would do the same weave, but you could also slip it off, so I'll start that. I don't need this now anyway, I just wanted to like see it all together. They're just little crystals, little bits of rocks and glass and even plates, but I have a big Tupperware full of broken plates for the soldering. That is a horrific idea. That's fine. And it's my cup of, oh, it's so messy. I'm showing y'all the messy side. Oops. Oh well, I'm trying to pick apart this last little area so I could get into my sewing desk and pull it out and finally start playing with that. And, I mean, I am kind of chaos, so I guess understandably my workspace would be. And they get a little bent up when I do this weave thing, so I'm just straightening it back up. These are kind of being used as almost like a jig or something. And this is from that big, like, rope, if you will, of copper. I would usually use my anvil to just, like, hammer it back out. Not enough to start to flatten anything, but just to get all these little kinks out. But it's quite loud, and I don't think anybody would appreciate. If I had maybe the computer in here and I could mute it, maybe. Future. I did set up his Twitch account, so I'm gonna start streaming there. Seems a lot easier, and I can stream right away with the phone, so, and not have to use any software. And they make it so easy to like put your screen on the thing, so put your screen on the screen. I guess I kind of just equated it to game streams, but it's a whole another world over there. There's tons of crafters and all kinds of niches, so I really like that. More tailored. Wonder how the family channel situation is on Twitch. The family channels get hella cringe here on YouTube. What the fuck? Oh, there's that fan. It's finally starting to feel like fall here in Florida. Like you feel it in the breeze. It's awesome to feel that. Even though I know in a few months I'm going to be absolutely frozen solid because nobody has a heater in Florida, especially not Southeast Florida. One more, because I'm going to do a larger one this time. I think. I really like the ray effects I do it on eyes too. I make like these wire eyes. And I should have one like right here. And that's not a good example. Huh. Ah. So, okay. Grabbing a few things. And dropping a few more. So, you could do it with beads, folding the wire like this. And with beads, you don't have to make like a little jig. And you can make like, kind of like a starburst effect. And, or like eyelashes for eyes. And all this is with scrap copper, scrap electrical wire. And you can make these a bunch of different styles. Glass drops. And yeah, so I really enjoy. Ooh, my favorite necklace I've ever made. Is this guy right here. You put it on a vintage chain and the starburst effect, put a big homemade Nadsar, excuse me, bead in the center with some chili peppers. And this is my absolute favorite necklace I've ever made. And it was one of the simplest. I have hiccups. And it was going to be like a charm for the house, and I was going to keep adding to it, but it quickly ended up on a chain, and I really like that piece. I'm going to take some of these necklaces off. I was figuring out what I wanted to wear today. And man, they gave me this really awesome Tibetan Buddhist locket, and it's got the knot and the Om symbol on the back, of course. I really like the knot. The title of it is escaping my mind currently, or has escaped my mind, but like Forever Knot or something. I'll look it up. Endless Knot. It's the Forever Knot, I think. Oh, I do have coffee. I do have coffee. Hey. So I sold 3 necklaces and a keychain. And for the leaves, I do $25 a piece. So it's $100 I cannot believe. So I'm gonna try to make more leaves. I might do it on stream. They take a long time, so it would be a separate stream. But it's taken me years of experimenting to keep the color and the shape of them. And really thankful I never gave up or anything like that. Because now I have a source of income. Like, I know it's not much, but it gets me more supplies so I can make more things and hopefully have this stick. I'm definitely in the point of my business where I'm still throwing shit at the wall as far as like products, because I make so many different things. And I like making things to order because it eases up on waste, because if I like have a bunch of said charms, so I make a bunch of the same bracelet and they don't sell, I'll have to bust open the bracelet. I like doing it to order because I have finite materials anyways, and I like making custom orders, and I find 90% of the time I have exactly what the person's looking for, and that 1% extra, I just will find it, and yeah. And this is just about 1 1/3 arm length. Measurements don't matter because I don't know how this one's going to turn out anyway. And I like leaving a little bit of a tail in case I decide to use the wire itself to join the two sides together. And I want to be able to do this looser on the wire, but it comes out all wonky, so... Oh. Okay. Before I do that again... Shoot. I'll do it this way. What's happening? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to... Last time I did it backwards from how I usually do it, and it was so much of a difference. Now I'm gonna try to do it the way that felt a little bit more natural. Okay. So what you do is you start by just securing yourself onto your base wire, and you don't have to slip it off. Like, you could just use this technique to kind of fuse a few wires together if you wanted to make a bracelet, or like a thick, you know, if you wanted something like thick and flat, like a nice cuff or something, this is a great easy way to join them all together. So I'm secured on my base wire. We'll put it up a little bit. And then what you do is you take your second wire, and I've been using 3, but I think I'm gonna do 4 this time. Get it to where you want it, and then you bend the wire over that one. Make sure it's all nice and snug, and then back over, like so. And then you add your next wire. It's very strange trying to do this, like, consciously. The next wire. Let me just squeeze everything very loosely because I don't want to get little burrs in the metal. And you go back up. And now I'm going to do a 4th wire. I've yet to do 4 wires. And I just did it for like the first time successfully, like without beads and slipping the wires out, like 10 minutes before going live. I'm actually not sure if I was planning on going live today. I was going to do plant stuff. And so let me stand up and... I look hot, but not in a hot way, like I'm sweating way. So I don't know if you could see how it's like a half a triangle holding on to all those wires. And since I just looped through the, or over that 4th wire, I'm gonna go back to the 3rd wire. And try to get it right next to it, bend it down, and we squeeze. So much different with that 1 extra wire, it's crazy. But I can do it. So I was through the 3rd wire, now I'm going to go through the 2nd wire. Right? Yeah. The second one will be a lot easier because the wire will be sturdy and kind of know what's going on. Now through the 1st wire twice. The ones that's like just looped around 1 wire, it's kind of hard to get it to. I think this is about 1 size larger than I've seen people using for this is electrical wire. Oh, okay, so one more time through that one. Beautiful. The next one's going to be so much easier. Let's see. You got one sun ray. I'm going to slip this further down because this might be a little longer than I'm planning. Probably not because I'm going to run out of the ray wire, I'll call it. And so we did 2 on the first wire, and now I'm going to go back to the second. And it's just like any crafts or weave or braid or anything. It's repetition and lots of it. But that's what makes a lot of this stuff therapeutic, I think. Okay, through the third. I'm squeezing as I go. And I know you want to bend the wire right where it's coming out, and it'll bend so much easier. I kind of taught myself not really wire wrapping, because I wasn't doing anything really impressive necessarily, but I always pull the wire like this, and I know that's not how you do it, but just like crochet, because I taught myself how to crochet too from a book, I don't know how to hold the yarn. So I hold it weird, and it makes it so I can only crochet for like an hour because my fingers fall off. I gotta pick them up and reattach them and all that. I do enjoy crocheting though. I just tend to make small projects. Can't wait to show you all this one, because you can really start seeing the weave take place. And I like it. I have to redo my hair because, like, I don't know if anybody here has long hair. It's like a blanket. It's fucking fur. It's not fur. I'm not gonna say anything weird. Never mind. Nothing too weird anyway. No pay extra. Maybe I'll wash my face or something. Just did that. It's just I went outside to play with some stuff, and it is so hot out there. To the seconds. Through the third. I've wanted to do this weave like successfully for so long, seeing it on Pinterest and like wire wrapping reposts profiles on Instagram. It's just so useful. Like you could even use this for wood, like large scale, to make like a tiki hut or something. Or with leather and sinew. I really, really like it. And the next idea I want to do is, so do this, down it, and then do the same weave, but with string going on the opposite side. so it kind of fills in that gap. Because I think that's what holds me back using this weave for a bracelet, because I don't like how one-sided it is. I'm a very neutral person to a fault. I'm so neutral it pisses people off. I love it. So dangerous to have an opinion. I have so many opinions. What should I do? Getting a little lopsided. Watch out, buddy. And what's cool about like this is like if I wanted to make a pendant or like just start changing the shape, you could just like keep following it by just separating the wires. It's a really forgiving material to mess around with, and I come across scrap wire all the time. A lot of the stuff I started using is from like alleyways, finding it in shell rock. Remember, stealing copper is the worst crime ever. I know somebody who had a spot in the warehouse district, and his neighbor, somebody was stealing the copper out of his warehouse where they make tools, and some wire like that was holding something up in the ceiling snapped and like took the guy's leg off, and he sued the dude who owned the warehouse. I thought that was wild. Same thing with barbed wire. It turns out, I guess, and this could be totally like farce, but what I've heard is having barbed wire is really dangerous, because if somebody does try to jump your fence, even for nefarious, insidious reasons, and they get hurt on it, they could, you know, a boy named Suya. I like learning about this stuff. I'm trying to be an adult kind of now. And I'm not very good at it. Part of the generation where like the first year I was going to high school, they took home economics. I was so excited to learn how to sew, like, because before that I was just teaching myself. And my grandma was a very talented seamstress, but I was such a shy kid, like I couldn't even bring myself to ask my own grandmother to teach me how to sew. I was just like unsure of myself, I guess, to an insane extent. And the only time I would sew was at like 3 in the morning. I would grab a roll of saltine crackers and sit up from like 3 to 6 in the morning, making bags out of sheets, out of old clothes. I still have a few of the pieces. And I remember my mom and I used to go to war, like genuinely, because she would throw away like my stinky hippie shoes, and then I would sew one of her shirts into something else. And yeah. I don't know. We're very close. We're almost like siblings. And we look like twins, except she has red hair. And I have brown. So one problem I know I'm going to run into with this is I don't have any longer pieces of wire. This is as long a piece as I have, and this takes a lot of wire to do. So I'm only going to be able to make little pieces of it. So now I'm rearranging my idea in my mind and thinking maybe, oh, I left it out there. I made this little sun catcher, well, a piece for a sun catcher, and I'm thinking I could do something like that again and slip 2 halves on it to make a full circle, so that way I don't have to try to figure out how to add a wire to something like this. And I'm just not realizing I haven't eaten yet. I keep freaking doing that. I need a reminder on my computer, like, as soon as I hit start stream, like, are you sure you did? Grab some Vienna sausages. Just kidding. I would not eat those on camera. No, I don't have much shame in any of my, like, practices, if you will. I enjoy a Vienna sausage. Libby's only. I also enjoy liverwurst and milk. I've given veganism a few honest attempts, and my health deteriorated. It's just not for me. It's that barbarian blood. The camera changed, so usually y'all are on this side, and I totally forgot how messy it is back here, because I think, you can see the sewing machine. I'm trying to clear off that area because I really want to get back into sewing. Living slightly in the middle of nowhere, it's hard to get supplies, and that means it's hard to get, like, clothes that I enjoy. Not the biggest fan of getting clothes online, unless it's eBay or used. Men have it easy, in my opinion, because they could just get, like, their Levi's numbers and reorder those numbers, but women's pants, like, the shape and the size change by season, and I could never find two that fits similar. It's always really uncomfortable because the fabric is just full of, like, retardants and fire retardants and different types of chemicals. So that's why, like, just like if you get something used, you should wash it first if it's new, because you keep it in warehouses and they don't want bugs and stuff like that on it, so they spray it with stuff. Like, I remember I got a dress from Amazon. Oh my gosh, it smelled toxic. Like, you open the thing and you, like, start rushing around the house to find your gas mask. It's really chemically, and I'm not, like, a germaphobe or anything like that. It's just, yeah. I don't have, like, sensitive, like, I don't break out from chemicals or anything like that. I'm just simply aware of them. There's one too many fast fashion documentaries. I remember when I was a kid when that store Forever 21 came out. Hello, Sal Rafi. I am in Southeast Florida, and this is kind of like my studio, if you will. I call it craft room, even though that sounds a little too childish, but studio sounds too legit. And I like craft room. I like play space, but everybody said that was weird. And I usually call it my creation station, but yes, there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm quite a collector, so this is a little bit of a storage spot too, because I still haven't even finished going through all of my stuff. I try to go through it every few years and rid myself of whatever I don't think I'm going to put to use. And by rid, I mean donate or pawn off to my friends. And my parents. Anytime I have, like, an antique or anything that's too big and I don't want to sell it, I don't want to donate it or get rid of it, I just give it to my parents. Except that actually backfired because they decapitated my doll. I left, where is she? I think I hid her because I was so sick of looking at her freaking face. I had this really beautiful old doll, hand knit, hand crocheted dress, just really perfect condition, and I knew I was going to break it. So I gave it to my mom for safekeeping, and my dad tripped over this dresser thing and everything came crashing down in it. And then my mom put it back in the shelf. Mind you, she still had her head at this point. Put her back in the shelf. I begged her not to. I said, put it in a safe place. Do not put it back in the shelf. I'm like psychic sometimes. And not even 5 minutes later, she calls me, freaking out, like crying, of course, because it's my doll, and she thought it was the end of the world, which didn't mean that much to me, damn. But yeah, he tripped over the shelf again because there was all the stuff on the floor, so he was trying to step over that, which made him trip over the shelf again. And so the things that weren't broken, yeah. I didn't know, like, objects, inanimate objects, could acquire karmic debt. Oh, I haven't shown you this in a while. Hold on. Ain't that nice? I really gotta fix my hair though. I keep looking in the thing and I look different or something. Maybe if I put my hair up, maybe I have all this, I look like a flea market, which I usually do. If I can't choose what I want to wear, I'll just wear it all. Whoa! It's usually a good like 10 seconds. Workstation's good. I have a few stations. I have the germination station. I have my meditation station, which is just like another spot of inanimate objects. And creation station. I haven't figured out any other rhyming words or put them to use yet. What is striation? That's not what I could think of. Oh, let me just finish this real quick. I'm gonna grab a hair clip. I have this little gold hair clip that I got from Dollar Tree, but the thing is indestructible, and I lost it. And therefore, I am lost without it. I cannot stand having long hair, but I can't stand having short hair even more. I wish I could just like get a buzz cut and wear wigs, honestly. I'm so sick of it. In Florida, traumatic experience every day. I don't think I'm gonna have enough to do this last one. My fingers feel numb. Oh, yeah, actually, somehow made that work. Squeeze it. Okay, I'll do one more. This one will be the slider on our side. Because what you do is you slide this onto a thinner wire and you can bend it into any shape. Okay. And this is the actual tricky part, is getting the wires out. But as you can see, it's a nice, ancient looking weave. And like I said, you could keep doing it and making a bracelet. And I think it would be really cool to use either thinner wire to fill in the empty spaces, or I'm trying to get more shells in here because all my like tools are in these bags, and it drives me nuts because I had to sacrifice the shelves for bottles so I didn't spill glue everywhere. usually. I used to live in a small little beach town, and my whole apartment was like a vintage store slash ham place. And so downsizing to one room has been difficult, but I'm more productive than ever, and I think it's because I had to really figure out. Ooh, good thing it's a forgiving material. Yeah, look at that. And see, you could bend it around things. You could make like. It's very satisfying. And it's usually a little whirly, so I just kind of start bending it. Ooh, not like that though. Jesus. I got really shaky hands and like hands that have a mind of their own. Do you ever like do something really tedious? Like say you're like trying to draw something really small and all of a sudden your hand just like it just quits. Oh, I like it. Oh, I wonder if this will be the same size, because then I can make earrings. Let's see here. No, it's going to be bigger. Let me grab the one that I just did, because I really, really like that one. Fuck, my hand got down. I think I want to get bangs or something. So this is one thing I do really like about this room though is Will's friend was not renting it out, but used it for a second in between places, and his dog chewed up the carpet. I have like a strand of hair in my eye. Chewed up the carpet, so it had to be ripped out. Concrete floor in the creation station. Will was like, just so you know, there's no carpet in there. Like, almost like felt bad or something. I was like, are you kidding me? Score? Like, what? Like an anvil on the floor? I just did this little doohickey. And I just looped the wire around kind of strategically to keep the glass marble in place, and it's totally in place. The only thing I messed up on is I didn't really put a spot for it to hang off of something. And, oh, maybe this will be good on this. Maybe that's a little much. I really want to add something to this, because this ring could be obstructed and it'll still open. And, if you can see, it's a locket. And, my first idea was kind of using two, like, decorative hooks, but I think I want to, have a charm, but I kind of want the charm to be smaller than this, to kind of taper. And I have that neat. So I could solder a big thing together, and then put this on. And, here's another little thing. I use it for of. But it's a little pokey thing, and it's just a spiral. And I showed a friend this, and like 5 people wanted one to poke things. I'm excited. Maybe I will do an eye. I just need wire that's not so thick and not so thin. Because when you pull it off of that thicker wire, it kind of gets smaller. Retracts. Oh, I'm going through it. And it's like a nice little tunnel in there. So see how that's on that wire now, and then now I can bend this wire to any shape, and this will follow. I think I'm gonna make another one. It's just such a satisfying little weave. I also have this thing I should start messing with. It's a little wire jig. I've wanted one of these for years. And you put these metal things in it, and then you could make like a design and make a bunch of the same thing. So maybe I will make, oh no, yeah, when the internet is down here, it's literally tragic. No phone calls, nothing. And if we wanted to walk to use the internet, it is a good like 45-minute walk to get any service. I have to tell my friends all the time, because like about 20 blocks away the internet cuts completely. So without the internet, it's miserable. No music, nothing. I'm actually trying to find like a boombox and what's it called? Cassettes, anything. I have a bunch of cassettes, but I don't have anything to play it in. And just too spoiled on the internet. And I never used to be that way. I went through my phone got stolen. I was looking for a job at Lake Worth Beach, and I had my iPod and my phone in the thing. And this isn't even that long ago. And I guess it was. I went 5 years without having a phone after it got jacked from my bike basket. And I will say I've never been happier in my life than those 5 years. Continued everything I was doing, but like, ow, less stress, I think. One of my favorite things to do, I still don't have a driver's license. I have a few hours in my pilot log, but for a single engine. But for some reason I don't know. It's not necessarily a phobia, it's just like an intense lack of interest. I don't know. I'm such a homebody, I don't go anywhere anyway, and I value public transportation. I have nothing wrong with it. I love it. One of my favorite things to do is, I had no business being in Miami, like nothing to do really. I have no money in my pocket to do anything. So I would just take the tri-rail, and the tri-rail is a little like train, and it takes you north and south. And from the tri-rail you get on the sky rail, and then like taxis. There's a bunch of little things in between, and it's such a fun trip to do on foot and with headphones in. Very, very relaxing little thing. Oh, that's cool actually, because it tapers. Because this wire's thinner. I love copper so much. The color, the effects you can achieve with it. I still have to find the site. It always takes me a second to find it, but I always find it. It's all these recipes to oxidize your copper, brass, bronze, and I think I'm missing another one. I don't know sterling. I don't think sterling. How to get any color of the rainbow. So my favorite is you make sure your copper is really, really clean, and you make a fume. Oh no 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 no! Oh oh. A fume chamber, and all that is, it's a Tupperware that has a few pieces of wire so you could set something on it so it's not touching the bottom. And what you do for the bottom is you soak a paper towel in ammonia, and you put that on the bottom, then you put your piece on top and cover it in salt. It will turn your copper cobalt blue, like the most beautiful blue possible. I'm a sucker for cobalt. It's really, really juicy. wrapping this around to be even to the other side. To make me a big old eyeball, I think. 'Tis the season. That's pretty much Halloween, in my opinion. I love, like, holidays, I really do, but, not quite like I love Halloween. And I like Valentine's Day. I really like shit that's pink and red and with hearts all over it, and so I like grabbing it all, like heart-shaped measuring cups, all that. It works on me. Well, I got a new pair of wire clippers. I'm already destroying them. They're like $6 on Amazon. Hakko, Hakko. Alright. I mean, usually I would get like my cutters, especially from Harbor Freight, the disposable tool shop, but I love it. I love Harbor Freight. Their sidewalk sales, I get stuff that I never thought I'd be able to have. Like, I got this last sidewalk sale, and I have a piece of scrap brass, and I use it to bend wires, like if I had to make a really close bend, and I don't destroy my fingers anymore. Yeah, and depending on like what's going on with the copper too, it's a really pretty flame, blue and green exactly. And I actually been trying to get everybody. I don't want to say it on here. I'm not destroying money or anything like that. I'm just, you know, stashing it. After 1982, pennies are pretty much just zinc. Just the ring and like it's like almost like copper foil they use, and like the thickness anyway. It just like is almost zero copper content. After 1982, it's all zinc. That means before, it's all copper. And the copper pennies, I think I read they're about 4 cents each. Realistically, I just went through like 100 pennies, and I only found 3 that was pre-1982, and it was not like that a few years ago. I feel like I have to wash my face or something. And look, I'm looking at myself on the screen, not liking what I'm seeing, and it's driving me nuts. Genuinely nuts. Not the most girly human female, but I definitely aware. Pretty things. I'm really stoked. I really, really like how they came out. And now for an eye. Eye for an eye. How am I gonna do it? So what I usually do is pick a center stone, and then I try to finagle that in the center, and then do beads underneath. This is one piece of wire, okay. Let me grab my snack real quick. I'm not gonna eat it on camera because everybody will think it's really freaking gross. I lied. This is my last can too. These are one of my favorite snacks. I think it's because I was raised on them, but I don't mind them because everybody else I know thinks they are vile. But I would rather eat this than like a bag of potato chips. I mean, call me crazy. And again, I know there's a lot of vegans out there. I've given it like a very honest attempt multiple times. After a week, I pinched a nerve in my leg, which like nothing like that's ever happened, and they said my diet had a huge deal with it, among other things, like a lot. Everything was just falling apart. I had really, really bad lady time of months, and it was just a nightmare. And I do overthink the consumption of a living being, but I also have about an acre worth of plants that I have to keep alive, and like an insane amount of work on a daily basis that's all physical labor. And why do I always feel the need to explain this, like I have to like defend my personal diet, which is, you know, barbarian blooded. I need meat, so I'm sorry, people. Where is my fork? Just had the thing. I have a special little fork that I eat my snacks with. And to be fair, I ate a lot of fruit, a ton of fruit, but I don't feel like peeling anything. Where did that go? Okay, I'll just be right back. I'm missing out. I'm gonna wash my hands. Fork. Happy day. We found these at a yard sale. I think these little, they're sterling actually. I'm sure there's a proper name for them, but I'm not sure. This one has a little phoenix face. It's not a phoenix, but there's this mythical bird that actually exists. Apparently they stink. Like, they smell like something. I'm trying to find this little, like, mechanism thing. Oh! Really? I didn't know about the quarters. I know there are sterling quarters. I remember at school when you got the like quarter for change, sodas were 75 cents. I would hear it, the ding, really clean ding, and I knew it was, yo, let me get that quarter. But that sucks to hear. Caucasian Sasquatch. That was my week all week. I had a little bit of change of fate. I had a guest for the first time in like, I live really far from all my friends and family now, so I haven't seen anybody in over a year. And yeah, so my friend came over yesterday, and I'm still all high off that. But hope nothing too severe, because definitely got to keep our wits about us now. I mean, just every day I feel like the world is getting a little closer to some crazy shit. And I get nothing ever really happens, but how long is that gonna be, like, you know? I know, I'm kind of, you know, a wee little bit scared myself. I don't scare easily because I just go right back to my clouds. But yeah, it's a weird feeling. I've been saying that for the last few years. It's a weird feeling here, but it's just getting weird. Like, I don't know if y'all see or know Wendy Williams, the lady. She had a talk show, but something is happening. Like, everybody's making fun of her, which I think is fucked. But I never really liked her as a person. I think she's kind of mean, and like, you know, my old TV didn't have any buttons, and it got stuck on her channel for like a week, and I was really just like kind of shocked more than anything. And like, just mean, like some kid like got moidoid, and she's like talking about how does he have more followers, and it was just so bizarre. And but that doesn't mean like I don't feel bad like that she's like all falling apart, you know, because it actually reminds me a lot of like what's going on with my mom. Like after her whole like experience with das sickness, das Wahnsinn, just like every part of her is like malfunctioning, and it's driving me fucking nuts. I say till this day my grandparents are a victim of big pharma, and I know that I'll be damned if like my mom, like anything happens to my mom without somebody being turned into a wax sculpture. Just saying. It's really nice out though. It's very windy. I'm reliving it all. It's just, oh my god. The incompetence drives me nuts. It's like, I don't understand it. I just remember, like, going to work. I used to work at shitty restaurants, like, and everybody was so determined to not do anything, like filling cups of sauce or anything, like, stuff like that. It was a crappy pizza place. And it makes the day go by so faster when you're actually helping people out, like, conversing, like, you know, if the dishes are backed up, I'll do some of them, but it's just standing there. I can't sit still. And there's no, like, in between. I'm 0 to 60. I either can't move or can't wake up, or I can't sit still. And no medications either. Probably should be, but yeah. And it drives me crazy. Like at the hospital, like these people are walking in slow motion, and like, for instance, they put an alarm on my mom's bed because she's a fall risk. So if she has to go to the bathroom, she has to ring the thing. And they are walking like fucking pace. We got crazy in my family. Like, dude, like it drove me up the wall. And still dealing with all that because here in the beautiful United States of America, if you have the insurance that they like gift you because they love you so much, it doesn't get you anything. We can't even find a doctor that takes it, and that's the only thing she needs right now is a doctor. So my brain is a little racked and reeled. That's the days that I don't come on live are the days that I'm like aggressively staring at the wall trying to figure life stuff out. Because they don't make it easy. Even though they say they do, it's... Now I'm trying to figure out this Camp Lejeune thing. Camp Lejeune, the water, not surprising at all, the water was extremely toxic. My mom was born there, and my grandparents lived there for years because they were Marines, and so I'm trying to figure out that. I called the number on the TV, and they're like, oh, and it sounds like she's in the living room. Like, you hear kids in the background. And, like, asking for my social. I'm just mad sketch. I'm like, it's the number from the TV, but I know that doesn't mean, like, it's, I don't know. It was just sketched out, I guess. And I kept saying, like, I want more information for my mom, and she was just like, alright, I need your social. What? Yeah. It was just all a pain in the ass, really. But I know everybody's going through very similar and worse and better. It's just, make yourself laugh as much as possible. Laugh at as much as possible. You know, if you stub your toe, try to laugh as soon as it happens. Like, it really does make all the difference. I just realized I missed one fold there. Brilliant. But, yeah, enough about me. I have a fear of dead noise, so I do kind of ramble and rant. But, how was everybody's day? I hope the stress isn't too much, and I hope that, I don't know, people get some creative flushes in their day. Some ideas. Hear something inspiring, see something inspiring, taste something that they've never tasted before, and enjoy. I hope you taste something you've never had before, and I hope you hate it! No, I'm just kidding. I'm hitting that point of panic of not knowing what to work on next. Is that it? This isn't gonna be what I planned on it being, so now I kind of want to make something else. I got beads now. I just need an oval one. For an oval. Oh, there she is. And this carnelian necklace. It's a Jacurdi seed. They're actually incredibly deadly. They banned them in a lot of museums. Jewelry made out of those red and black seeds. Because if you are drilling holes through these seeds and you prick your finger, they're really, really toxic. These are poisonous. It's good. Obviously, it's not venomous. Venomous seed. I sweep up every day after crafting. That's why I make it easy on myself. Oval bead, maybe not. Maybe this chandelier one. I really really do gotta re-up on some beads. Bulk beads for chain and stuff. Started doing this and I quite like the color combination. So I was doing a rainbow, but in between each color I put the next color. And I made this really nice, like, very juicy coloring effect. And I started putting jump rings in between each link, and it makes it move so much better. Like, I wasn't doing that before. Let me see if this is a good example. Well, not really. Is that jump rings? No. But sometimes they'll become really rigid and kind of not sit right, or else they'll like kink up. I really wanted another eye with a soda light. I mean, that was quite nice, maybe. Idea. Ooh. Alright, so I'm going to make the bottom half on this thing, but with loops. Okay, so do here. Oh, that's not gonna work either. Maybe. I guess if it doesn't work, I can use it for something else. What's the same thing? Alright, well, I'm gonna try it. So we need these little plastic things. They stick them in that. And these are quite affordable. You can find these just about everywhere. Yeah. I have these little plastic tubes that I think are dry rotted because they're really difficult to get on and off. That's why I have this dart in the box, because that's what I use to push them back out. And I'm just getting them on. It's like a ow. God, it's the most unsatisfying things, but it just means that they're not gonna budge, I guess. Ow. Yeah, I need to measure. Ow. Gosh, and the back is really sharp. You could grate cheese on this thing. So do like sharp. I don't think these tube things are supposed to be so difficult to get on. That made me work up a sweat. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to cut more because those are not gonna be long enough. So how I do this, where I put it? Why can I keep losing this dang thing? All these are too dull, but I'll try it. I just take a scalpel, disposable scalpel, get it nice. And just hold it and you won't slip. Trial and error. And then you can get your wire out really easily. And it works with thick wire, thin wire. I missed that little top bit. Thin wire, thick wire. That's how I get my wire out of. If I used wire strippers, they would have too many burrs and kinks in it. And I do nick the wire every now and then with the scalpel, and since copper is really soft, it does get little kind of barbs that stick out if I hit it hard enough. This is not the right size for this. Okay, I'm going to use it anyway. Slightly bigger. Ow! That heated up quick, rubbing in my hand like that. Okay. And this is just a piece of scrap wire my dad found on the ground, and I figured I could use it, and he figured right. Oh, this is soft. Just looping around these. Hopefully this, I might add another 2. Let me see. I guess it would work. But I'll add 2 more. It's gonna be difficult. Maybe I could just bend it without putting the things in. And I'll put it in after I bend this one. Thing. Now from this, I'm going to put this on to the eye like that, and it's going to hang down. I'm going to right now bend these perfectly back, and then cut them the same size, and then I make a little loop. Oops, I should have done the other. It's okay. And then I take my little loops and just make it go up. Brilliant. I think I'm actually going to do some recipe videos for Halloween because there's a few things I really like making on Halloween. Maggot balls is one of them, which is just meatballs with rice in it. And I really like to make those. They're really popular to make for Halloween, but they're the little mummies with the jalapeno and cream cheese. They're quite fun to make. And my friend who came over yesterday, I'm actually trying to get her to be a huge part of Subtropical Botanica, like essentially a partner. I'm well aware I can't do it on my own, like the size and the level I want to bring it to. In between making all this stuff and trying to promote myself, I really want to do it with somebody else. I want to have a communal space, and I want to create it with somebody that I respect. And she's incredibly knowledgeable and talented, and just I feel like we go along really well. And it's just I think it's time. I might remake this because this, well, let me try it first before I start making plans. I'm sure y'all could imagine when I was a kid in my dad's work truck, just sitting there fiddling with wire, because it's exactly what my childhood looks like. A lot of the materials I used when I couldn't afford anything, I still use today, because there's, you know, don't break what isn't fixed. I think I like it. Don't break what isn't fixed. I always say, what in God's green ocean? And I love when people actually hear what I say and then stop, and I'm like, wait a minute. It sounded right, but not. And this is, not flimsy, but like, if I were dancing and somebody grabbed it, it would stretch all out. So I am going to make this kind of like a little house decoration. And I think for the eye part, I'm going to have something dangling rather than attached to this bottom loopy thing. That's why I didn't want to do it that way. But that's very forgiving. Huh, I like it. A little bit. Okay. This I'll put drops or droops, and then hang the eye part. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. Okay. This would be like hanging. I have to do a little bit of planning. Alright, you got one of these evil eye hearts. Could go in the center. I think. Oh. Ow. Dangerous. I almost just did it again. Oh, hey. Yes. Amanda just gave me these really sweet spiral shell beads, so I'm gonna hang one of those in the center. I might actually make this, like make a frame for it in the center, but I think that might be a little difficult. I'm gonna grab a head pin. Not a long one. That was too short. Doing these in a jar was not the best idea. They're just getting shorter. Bingo. Oop. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that's long enough to make a little eye. Okay, I'm stoked again. Dogs are driving me nuts. Everything's driving me nuts today. It's a very human day. So I think maybe even just one will do. So I'm gonna even this out. Fish out a copper 5-pin. Find the center. That's not even copper. What am I doing? Out of copper head pins. Oh, okay. And this is like a home decoration, so I'm gonna be a little more loose with creating it. Maybe learn some things. Ah, perfect. So I think it's a nice spot. I'll try to make the center one a little bigger than the rest. I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay. So far, and then I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna put on this bottom part. I really want to get the center one a different size though. Too scared. Okay. I'll hang things from this. Guess using these. The idea is to cook on this. Oh, I can't do anything too heavy because okay. So what color? I think I'm gonna rethink this part. I'm not liking this part. It's too something. Maybe it's too big. I'm going to run to the facilities. exciting. Very exciting. Sorry about that. The Camp Lejeune people called me back, and I guess it really is as simple as making a clam. Obviously a little skeptical about anything like that, but I guess something was passed, so it's a legit thing, which just drives me nuts. Like, if my grandparents died from toxic water, oh my god. But, yeah, no, hopefully that works out for her, because she really needs real medical, and it's not easy to get here. Contrary to popular belief, like, my dad used to frequent Mexico. He lives right on the border in Texas. That's where he grew up. But, so he's been to Mexico over 50 times. And, my grandma, she was really into spicy food, like really spicy food. So there's this one bar she would go to, and they had a big mason jar full of the hottest peppers they grew. And they would let it ferment until she came. And she would just sit there, cross her legs with a warm beer, and just have sweat pouring down her body, and just eating it on chips. And that was like, you know, her big trip. And some people go to Disney World, some people go to Mexico because the food isn't hot enough in Texas. And we're talking about now because they actually have, you know, doctors that care. Take my mommy away, or else I'll eat you in a stew. I will boil you until you're cooked through. Liver tender, so sweet and tender. I'll add some pepper for some splendor. I'm trying to find something over here. Maybe it's, oh, I know where it is. Wax cubes all day. I love my concrete floors. Okay, this this like lack of creativity is killing me. I can do these. I think I came up with a little idea. I want to use only copper, and I hope this is long enough. And then I'm going to add beads to it. And again, this is just electrical copper. I would try to find scrap, don't just buy it new and because it could be used for electricity, and when it's salvaged, electricity has already flown through it, and I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm gonna take it off. It'll be easier to wrap stuff around it. Blaze, you nasty. You know you. Does anybody remember Blaze, you dead homie? Oh, you're so nasty. Okay, on Psychopathic Records. I'm telling you, I've been through just about every phase. And I don't know what else to call it. Like, I feel weird saying phases, because it, like, I don't know, it makes it feel like not valid or something. It's just a phase. But phases shape you. Like phases shape the ocean, they shape you. What color do I want to be in this? It's gonna be try it, see what it looks like. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Do it down there, actually. I like it actually. Can I? that's the one I was worried about because it looks a little. Okay, I like it. Oh, sounded weird. Sounded like a close call. I love wire. It's so forgiving, so fun to work with. Possibilities are endless. See, I'm just putting that bead in between. I should have put one on top too, because I realized why I was doing that. And this could go to another piece. I don't know. Did I say that the people called me back for the Camp Room thing? I gotta remind myself to tell my mom, because I have a phone number for her to call. I'm just gonna take my grandparents, and then I'll try to take my mom, and not pay up. Because it's just, there's so many little nightmares, like, and very little, like, daydream, or fantasy, or... And it's no secret that life isn't easy, but even if you do everything right and like service, it's just I see a lot of people getting screwed left and right, and it doesn't feel good. It's the most hopeless feeling in the world. And I get that there's other places that have it worse, but there's also other places that have it better. It's just, you know, we're in this place, so that's why I'm talking about this place. This is where my experience happens. I'm enjoying that. And I'm starting to make these, but I think last stream, like, it was a little dark too, but I'm telling you, it's so hard to shake, and I am quite a bubbly person, but if there's something on my mind, like a lot of like my good luck charms and stuff, I don't make anything if I'm in a bad mood, because nobody knows. Nobody knows what carries. Nobody knows how the energy flows, and I mean, maybe I'm a little superstitious, but I just don't like making things in a bad mood for other people. Like, I'll make stuff for myself. Art, like, is a great release, and great way to get yourself out of a bad mood. Once you made it, and then you start, like, an art piece, and then you really like it, and then you forget about your bad mood, and then you move your hand wrong, and then, like, ink up the face or something. Last one. This is my travel bead kit that I just have kind of like a color combination or a theme, if you will, going on in there. And that way when I go to visit my family or friends, I'm far enough now that when I visit people, I have to bring a suitcase, like, and be there for a little bit. I just wanna be here. I'm gonna tighten this side. Get loose. Fun fact too, if you're working with copper and it's a little too hard to bend, you can take a micro torch. You need a oven safe dish and a micro torch. Oven safe dish full of water. And you heat it up with your torch. Use pliers so you don't, burn yourself. And as soon as the flame hits the wire, you can feel it instantly travel through it, and then burn your hands off. And but if you get it red hot, like almost white, almost to the point that it's going to shatter. I mean, not shatter, Jesus. I was looking at a glass bead and I was thinking, to the point that it's almost about to melt, and you throw it in water really quick, it becomes very soft, very easy to bend. And when you want it to be hard again, you hammer it. And bending it too also hardens it, but also weakens it. Yeah, you harden it. It's called work hardening it. And I use that for a lot of different things. Even if I'm repairing something and I need to bend a piece of copper around it. Okay. I like it a lot now. Night and day difference, and I gave it a lot of sturdiness to the piece. Bend it back to that vague eye shape. And this wants to go back a little bit, but when I have the stuff on it, it'll hang nice. Try to figure out a way to get it a little bit more flat almost. Yeah. But I just gotta fix it. I want the top to be a little flatter. Hey, perfect. So then I'll hang stuff now. And I finally got it into a I don't want round ones either. I just got, I guess I don't want black ones, I want dark purple. Maybe not. How many? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I really like this yellow. So I might use that. After all. I have 5 of them. And I just can't find them. Ich finde dich. Flying skunk, eh? Maybe I used them for something. Seeds? knock everything out like this. I do still like that yellow crystal, I think. And then I'll make like a hanger. Okay. Oh, and this I'll put on the hanger for cohesion purposes. Okay, I do that. I am gonna try to use Noir Premier. Okay, I'm gonna try the Seeds Foist first and see if these little eyelet things are long enough to begin with, which I think they are. And I just do that same loop that I use for everything else. Even tackle. I should have connected it after I was done putting these on. This is what I'll do when I make the next one. I always learn so many little lessons because I do try to make doubles of everything now. And so I keep a prototype or like a photo version and kind of like little resumes laying all over the place, and I use a lot of them for examples for custom pieces. There's one piece. I hear a lawnmower. I wonder if that's wood. A lot of physical labor, but wouldn't happen any other way. That is why I always look exhausted though, every time. I watch a little bit, like I play back a little bit after I'm done with the stream sometimes. I kind of stopped doing that though because I'll overthink like little things. And, I stand by everything I say in these things, and I'm pretty open about my opinions changing every 2 seconds, so that's why I don't really share many of them online, because online is permanent, and then you say like, or you feel something once, and that's like how you have to feel for the rest of your life, and like I'm not a bot, like, no, my mind and my opinions change more than I change outfits, so there's that. But I am aware of it. I guess there's also that. I should put these in a different thing so I can get the pins I want easier. Doing the seeds first, and then going hard with those crystals. I'm really excited for those. I like hanging things in the window, and also selling things myself. Everything that I make here, I can make again. And I didn't plan this piece at all. I actually forgot what I was going to use the sun ray looking thing for to begin with. So, so far, I still wish it was a little like, you know, in more, but I guess that wouldn't be able to. Maybe if I did that. I like it. Hey, maybe we'll end up get another necklace. Time for my favorite beads that I've been hoarding for years. Oops. This is on a thick wire, so. There. Thank you. Making a little house ornament. Still wants to lift up here, so I gotta figure out. Oh yeah, I guess that's an easy fix. Just bending this down a little bit. Perfect. Just like, yes, that was it. And it's a spiral shell in the center and the 3 seeds, and then I'm going to have these Swarovski crystals. These are really old. I found, this is a new, that's also a thick wire one. It's just not going to bend the same. This would be a lot easier. Did I nick it? No, it was like that. Yeah, these are really old Swarovskis. They were brand new in the package, but the package was like dry rotted cardboardy material. Shoot. I just realized. I forgot there was 10, so I need 2. So I guess it's all gonna be seeds. Darn it. How did I overlook that? Oh well. Seeds it is. Save these for the next one I make. I have a ton of these seed beads. Seed beads, and they're actually seeds. Put them somewhere. Alrighty. Pink. Another shade of blue. Oh, these, and they're already unwired. Oh. Oh no. Oh, I lost the seed. Bead. Let me try it. I guess I'll never know if I try it. Don't try it. I'm actually gonna do the red ones because they're glass, so light will pass through them. I have this. Yep, I'll have enough. I have this scrap copper chain that has some copper jump rings, and I use those, I think. Or will I? I don't know, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you, Azure. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. Azure. Azuri. Azuris. Azure. Azura. Azure. Tubunaha. Ezra. Feeling angry. Okay. Now I'm gonna add 2 more of those. Well, that's that. I'm thinking I should add one. So I'll go here. But maybe not. Huh. I like that a lot better than the orange ones right now. Okay. Now we keep going. I'm going to use a piece of gold wire to hang it up. And I think I'm just going to do like a loop like I usually do for chain, rosary chain specifically, and tackle, everything. Figure out which little sun ray it's going to come out of. I guess, yeah. Just do the little twist. And tap the red. Put your hands on your hips. The songs of Rocky Horror Picture Show are stuck in my head 99% of the time in my life. the week. Thank you. I'm gonna make like a hanger now. Figure out what color. I think I want to incorporate that blue some more, and some sea beans, easy peas. Yeah. Oh, I got some of this stuff. Polymer clay. I just got white. I'm waiting to find some black Equicord and trying to make pendants with it. Branching out to incorporate with resin really, and then that way I can make any symbol and not worry about what mold I do and don't have. Let's start with one of those blue beads. I didn't use them all. I feel like it'd be fine if I used a different color. Oh, I guess I could use the red ones I used in the peas. Have a good day, Ezra. Thank you for stopping by. Means the absolute world. Really enjoy popping on here. Keeps me at this desk. And spilling coffee on myself. Okay. separating each bead with 6 black beads. 6, and it'll be 3 red and then another ruby. Oops. R.I.P. Little bee. I kind of like the deformed ones. We'll say that for a separate project. I do kind of want to add a gold bead, but I think I'm going to hold myself back and just keep at this something different. These straps are driving me nuts. Everything's driving me nuts today. I do apologize for bringing this negative BS on the internet. I just saw it. I saw it, and I like it. Done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost there, almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. That looked really unflattering. Oh well. We working. I think that's it. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. Almost done. I don't know if you're able to hear that. I have a little thing named Audrey, and she is a beautiful terror. deaf now, but she's so great. I love her so much. She's a literal member of the household. Dun, dun, dun. I really like it. Oh! Okay, that's not it. Well, this isn't this far, but it's not hanging right. I didn't think about that, so I either need to put something really heavy in the center down here, or maybe kind of attach these two. Oh, there. Oh, okay, it was just a matter of the frame itself, so I just gotta bend that around. Perfect! I really like it. It's beautiful. Anybody who would like this to make them an eye for their house, I got you. Yeah, I'll probably put this on the site later. And, or keep it, because I like making things, very special for the site. Like, I make so much stuff every day, and only a handful of things make it there, but I really like this. I think that came out swell. Hopefully, YouTube will save this in one of those choices so I can make this. What? Fuck. That was so much coffee. Thank y'all for joining me this wonderful afternoon. I've created a... Ooh! Created chaos for my... Flashlight and to figure out how much damage I just caused by spilling an entire jar of coffee, and I'm gonna replay that to see exactly how much coffee I just spilled. Hot damn. So many little... A little bit. This is my freebie thing that I put goodies in all my packages. There's a few things in here that didn't need to be in there. Alright, like Greenweed says, eattheweeds.com and Eat the Weeds here on YouTube. Toodles, that's what it says. And I will represent Green Dean, Jordan Maxwell, and Pinback for my entire life. I love you all, list of great humans. This feels physical. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to take out my cup. Why did I knock it over? What point was I trying to make? Is this good now? So I can put it back. Yeah, this is good. Opa! Thank y'all. Oh, gunpowder. I forgot that. Happy trails. I love y'all, and thank you for stopping by and chilling for a second and experiencing a little bit of my day with me. Makes it not so lonely. And I'm just gonna prepare another towel. One day I'll have shells and I won't have this issue. Thank you so much.